Georgia elections case. 3 new judges are about to get pulled in. More on that in just a little bit. But, before we get into that, all I ask of you guys is that you hit the like button. I really appreciate the support from you guys. You guys are absolutely amazing. And as usual, I want to thank you so much for always sharing these videos with your friends. So here we have Judge Scott McAfee. He's pissed off. He is literally pissed off as he decides whether DA Fani Willis stays or goes on Georgia or Trump's Georgia election case. In fact, Willis has been very defiant throughout this entire process, even lying with former prosecutor Nathan Wade as they both conspired to fool the court and the American people. And as far as we know, Nathan Wade, he's been removed from the case, or he actually removed himself from the case because of the possible conflict of interest that has risen, knowing that they were in a relationship before the case, right? Now, get this. Trump's legal team, led by Steve Sadow. Steve Sadow is Trump's lead attorney on this particular Georgia election case, right, with Fani Willis. Well, they actually have already appealed keeping Fani Willis on this case, right? The reason is that the ruling from Judge Scott McAfee, it seems to be more like kind of like a half solution. It's not a real solution, guys. And so it's either Willis is out or this entire case is just done. So this is a big move. But now, Willis has not done herself any favors in the eye of the American public. In fact, a lot of critics are now seeing her as being just straight up obnoxious. And not just obnoxious, but obnoxious to a point where she looks as if she doesn't even respect the justice system, nor does it look like she respects Judge Scott McAfee himself either. Now, what do you guys think about this? Now, I hope you're able to see and hear me okay. We got a couple people coming in here. I got Jeannie Van Price. What's going on? A couple people in here this morning. Good morning. Good morning. This is only further proven when the DA openly mocks what Judge Scott McAfee told her. It's about something that she's already done before, and it's an act that she's done repeatedly. Take a listen.
Recently, they tell me they don't like me to talk about race. Well, I'm going to talk about it anyway. Truth is, it's some challenges that come to being black.
DA Willis making that comment despite Judge Scott McAfee's rebuke. Former President Donald Trump and co-defendants already appealing the decision to keep Willis on the case. So where is this heading? Good thing we have our legal eagles, John, you and Katie Cherkasky here. So John, what say you?
I think Fani Willis, unfortunately, is forgetting that this case is not about her. It's not even really about Donald Trump. It's about public faith in the justice system. And when a judge orders a prosecutor not to talk about race, not to throw around racial accusations, and then the DA does it anyway, then she's undermining public faith in the integrity of justice. She's actually demonstrating the kind of disregard for the courts that she was when she was testifying. And the job of the prosecutor ultimately is to make sure that the public has faith in the decisions of the courts and the justice system. And she's undermining that. And that's going to, I think, undermine her ability to carry out this trial. And it's only going to help Donald Trump.
Considering everything John just said, Katie, why do you think she said this?
Whoa. So again, they're trying to hurt him, but again, it looks like it's only going to help Donald Trump. This is coming from an expert, guys. All right. So many analysts, and good morning, you guys. I don't mean to ignore you guys. Good morning, Carla Beeson. Everybody just say good morning in the chat. Let's just keep it friendly. Let's keep it lighthearted this morning. What's going on? John Gardner, Terry Trombley, Enough is Enough, Richard Young, Jeff Smithson, I see you, Dash 5257. So many analysts and experts are saying that race doesn't have anything to do with this case, right? But Fani Willis seems to keep bringing race up. Why do you think Fani Willis keeps on bringing up the race card? I'm just wondering from you guys. What do y'all think on that one? In fact, this is a court system issue that we're dealing with. And like what should matter here are the facts. It shouldn't matter if you are, if you like Donald Trump or if you don't like Donald Trump. It shouldn't matter if your case was created because you don't want Donald Trump to run against President Biden in the 2024 presidential elections. It should be based on the facts. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. So really, you're supposed to present evidence and prove your point in a justice system that should be impartial to everyone, right? Like, anyway, so basically, whether you're, a former president in Donald Trump's case, or you're just a guy working a 9 to 5 job, right? It should be always based on the facts only. Now, with Fani Willis's actions, it sure does look like she kind of wants the court and the public to favor her decisions just because she feels that she's been handed a poor set of cards in life. Does it seem that way to you guys? Does it seem like Fanny's a little bit maybe butthurt about how life has treated her? And I don't know. Just let me know what y'all think on that. And to top it all off, she wants the justice system to keep Donald Trump out of the White House just because he was speaking his mind. Now, last I heard, we had the right to speak freely. I heard about something, this new invention called the First Amendment. I don't know if y'all have heard of that, but apparently that's supposed to allow us to say what's on our mind. Anyway, I don't know where I saw that. Maybe it was on a TikTok viral clip or something like that. Strong sarcasm. But anyway, so it just kind of shows you how Fani Willis is kind of being just a little bit hypocritical here, right? So Donald Trump has been gagged from speaking his mind. You got your New York City cases where they're issuing the gag order. Anyway, they use it against him, even though we know that the First Amendment exists. People are entitled to their own opinions. God, I mean, come on, right? I mean, much like how Fani Willis played the race card here, some analysts actually like that she's speaking her mind, actually, because it just shows how entitled she is with this case. She's exposing herself. She didn't have to be exposed. She's exposing herself. And as you heard, she seems to have forgotten that it's not all about her. This is not all about her. That only happened because she and Nathan Wade lied under oath about their relationship and several other things. But still, the fact is that Fani Willis is undermining the justice system, and it's clear that the law is different if your name happens to be Donald J. Trump. And here's where even more smoke comes out for Willis. Investigations are now underway. Get this, guys. This is going to blow your mind. This is going to blow your mind. Investigations are now underway to confirm how the J6 committee may have had communications with Fani Willis and Nathan Wade in the early days of the Georgia case. This is wild. Have you guys heard about this? So you have to remember that Donald Trump is dealing with a state issue. All right. Keep in mind, Donald Trump's dealing with a state issue, not a federal one. So why is the J6 committee getting in touch with the likes of Nathan Wade? Your guess is as good as mine. I think you guys kind of know where this is going, right? So this kind of happened back in mid-April 2022 when committee staff discreetly met with lawyers and agents working for Fulton County DA Fani Willis. This was right around the time when she was preparing to gather a special grand jury investigation. And just to add a little bit of fuel to the fire, it's reported that the J6 committee aides even let Fani Willis's team review a very limited set of evidence that they had gathered. Now, why on earth would you do something like that? All right. Within the next few months after that meeting, committee staff were also reported to have a series of phone calls with Willis's team. This was to answer any questions that the prosecutors had with the aides, sharing their insights on matters that were ultimately used in the criminal charges that Fani Willis brought up against Donald Trump and his co-defendants last summer. This entire communication line between the state and the federal body is highly unusual, guys. It's highly unusual. Does this seem just a little bit unusual to you? I mean, seriously. Does the word collusion come to mind? Corruption? I mean, it's one that even Republican Representative Barry Loudermilk has called out because this is not something you see every day. Now, Loudermilk is already cooperating with Representatives Jim Jordan, the likes of James Comer to confirm the visits of Fani Willis's team to the White House. So you also have to think about the possibility of this entire scenario being seen as election interference, right? I mean, the effectively the election is underway. So are we not? Is this not interfering with the election? Is this not election interference? If this is election interference in your definition of the word, go ahead and type in election interference in the comments, please. I mean, come on, because they knew long ago that Donald Trump would run in 2024. Now, some critics are arguing right now that, if this is the kind of action, they're arguing that if this kind of action was done under the Trump administration, he would already have been impeached, right? Now, is there a chance that Willis is silenced, much like Donald Trump was being silenced? I don't know. Do you think? Do you really think that they're going to silence Willis like they're silencing Donald Trump? I mean, many experts say that this is not going to happen. They can come up with whatever narrative that they want, but they're not going to be able to they're not going to, they can, but they're not going to. They're not going to put a gag order on Fani Willis. They can do it to Trump, but they won't do it to Willis. Nor will they do it to the likes of Letitia James. They're not going to put a gag order on Alvin Bragg. They're not going to put a gag order on Jack Smith. All of these individuals have the right to speak their minds when it comes to Trump. However, this isn't the first time that Willis has made a fool out of Judge Scott McAfee. In fact, she's been making a habit of undermining him. He's even been undermining his own courtroom. So what do you guys think about Judge Scott McAfee for not doing anything about it, right? Like, this has some experts predicting that there's a very slim chance that the DA is even told that she has to tone it down even further, even though we already expect that she's not going to do that in the slightest. But there is a chance that she is still disqualified from the case, right? So there is very good news about Fani Willis possibly being disqualified from the case, something that is now becoming even more likely as time goes on, because Georgia they have to at least keep some kind of dignity and credibility with the residents of the state, residents of the county. And I mean, how about just how Georgia looks to the country, right? The appeal to remove Fani Willis from this case will be randomly assigned to a 3-panel judge, or I should say a 3-judge panel. So the fact that the appeal to remove Fani Willis from this case is going to be randomly assigned to a 3-judge panel, this is actually very good news for Donald Trump. As I don't know if you guys understand how this works, but the reason why this is good news for Trump is that only one of those 3 judges has to say yes for them to take up the appeal. So what do you guys think is going to happen here? And of course, should DA Fani Willis be removed from the case? I want to hear from you guys. So I'm going to jump in the comments real quick, see what you guys are saying. But like I said, things don't seem to be 100% fair. Let me know if you think things are fair, if you think things are a little bit unfair. Hit me up in the chat, guys. We are live. We got Richard Young in here saying demo rats. Isaac Hayes says non-biased reporting. Thanks, Ron. Appreciate you, man. No problem. Richard Young says it's unfair. Let's see. George Hugh. They might have been promised a position in the White House. Ooh, whoa. Hey, let's just get a general consensus here. Do you guys think that Fani Willis and or Nathan Wade may have been promised a position in the White House if they help with this Georgia election case? I mean, do you think that's what might be going on behind the scenes here? Yeah. So Michelle Struck says election interference. Let's see. Yuck says, I think old Biden will pardon only Fani before he gets kicked out. Scott Salmon says Rico. Barbara White says Fani Willis should go to prison. What do y'all think, guys? What do y'all think? Tanny Tania Lamont says, yes, maybe. Scott Solomon says, oh, absolutely. Alan Arlington, what's up, my man? Alan Arlington says, Ron, you are the best in explaining details of the matter from multiple different angles. Thank you. You are absolutely you're welcome. Hey, I just want to thank you guys so much for hanging out. I got more to drop on you guys later today. So if you haven't already, please hit the like button. Get this message out. We need to push this information out to people. A lot of people don't really understand what's happening here. And it's beyond Donald Trump. So if you haven't already, definitely hit the like button for the video. I totally appreciate your support. Share this video with your friends and family. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Y'all be safe. Take care.